Hi! Welcome sa ating math video tutorials. Ang topic natin ngayon is about factoring general quadratic trinomials. Ako nga pala si Sir Mako Pogi, ang mukhang actor na may X factor, halinang mag-factor.
Okay, so today we are going to discuss factoring general quadratic trinomials. So, but first, let us define what is the general quadratic trinomials. So, the general quadratic trinomials is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so we all know that trinomials has three terms. Okay, so this is the first term, the ax squared. The second term is bx, and the third term is c. And the quadratic, okay, quadratic means that the highest exponent of the variable is 2. Okay, so first is the quadratic trinomial where a is equal to 1. So this means that the coefficient of x squared is what? Just 1. Examples. So these are the examples of a is equal to 1. Okay, so we all know that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Also in number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, and 6. And these are all trinomials. Okay, so and remember that factoring is the reverse process of multiplication. Okay, so these trinomials are the result of multiplying two binomials. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang factor nito, maghahanap kayo ng two binomials na pag pinag-multiply nyo ay itong x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay? So we can do the trial and error. Okay? So we all know that x squared, okay, x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, so the first term is the product of these terms. Okay, so since this is x squared, so of course the first terms should be x times x, right? Since x times x, that is x times x, that is x squared. Okay, and also the last term should be the product of the second term in these binomials. So since this is 10, we could have 5, positive 5 times positive 2, or we could have 10 times 1, okay, negative 10 times negative 1, negative 5 times negative 2. Okay, so this is the trial and error. Okay, so let us check if we multiply this x plus 5 and x plus 2, the result should be x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, so in multiplying this, the FOIL method, so x times x, that is x squared. Okay, then x times 2, that is 2x. The next one is the inner, 5 times x, that is positive 5x. Then the last one is 5 times 2, that is positive 10. Okay, so in adding these similar terms, so we have x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, so since the product of x plus 5 and x plus 2 is x squared plus 7x plus 10, therefore, the factor of this, the factor of x squared plus 7x plus 10 is x plus 5 times x plus 2. Okay, so that is the trial and error. And also, we can do this. So okay, so we have the x. Okay, so in here is uh, the last term, or the c. So that is 10. Okay, put 10 here. Then the sum, or the 7. Okay, so the 10 is here, and then the 7 is at the bottom. Okay, so you will think for a number, okay, or for two numbers whose product is 10 and whose sum is 7. Okay, so what are those two numbers? So that is 5 and 2. Since 5 since 5 times 2 is 10 and 5 plus 2 is 7, right? So therefore, the product, or the factor of this x squared plus 7x plus 10 is x plus 5 times x plus 2. Okay? Or we could have x plus 2 times x plus 5. That's the same result. Okay, next is the number 2. For number 2, x squared plus 14x plus 40. So we have the x here. Okay? At the top is 40. The bottom is 14. So what two numbers? The product is 40 and the sum is 14. Okay, so that is 10 and 4. Since 10 times 4, 10 times 4 is 40, and 10 plus 4 is 14. Therefore, the answer here is x plus 10 times x plus 4, or x plus 4 times x plus 10. That's it. Okay, for number 3, how about for number 3? And look at the examples for numbers 1 and 2. The last term is positive, right? Positive. And also the middle term is also positive. That's why this 5 and 2 are also positive, and 10 and 4. But how about in this uh, example for number 3? Let's erase this. Okay. Let's put the x here. Okay, for number 3, as we can see, the middle term is negative and the last term is positive. And remember, the product of the like terms is positive, right? Or like terms, or like signs. So the negative times negative is positive. Okay? So since this is negative 6, okay? So we put 8 at the top, okay? At the bottom is the negative 6. Then think of two numbers whose product is 8 and whose sum is negative 6. Since this is positive, so therefore the two numbers could be both negative. Okay, so we have negative 4 and negative 2. Since negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, and negative 4 plus negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, so therefore the answer is x minus 4 times x minus 2. Okay. So next is the number 4. Also, in number 4, the last term is positive, and then the middle term is negative. So put 12 here, then put negative 8 here. Think of two numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is negative 8. What could it be? That is negative 6 and negative 2. Since negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12, and negative 6 plus negative 2, that is negative 8. So the answer here is x minus 6 times x minus 2. Or it could be x minus 2 times x minus 6. That is the same. Okay, how about for number 5? Okay. So for numbers 1 to 4, the last terms are positive, while for 5 and 6, that is negative. So you put negative 6 here, then if this is plus x, so we have 1 at the bottom. Okay. So what two numbers whose product is negative 6 and whose sum is 1? We all know that 6 is 3 times 2, right? And 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay? So since this is negative, this is the product of a positive number and a negative. So we have 3 and 2. Okay? The one is positive and the other one is negative. But which do you think is positive and which is negative? Since this is positive 1, therefore the larger number should be positive. So therefore 3 should be the positive and 2 is the negative. Let's try. 3 times negative 2, that is negative 6. That is correct. 3 plus negative 2, that is 1. So therefore, the factor of x squared plus x minus 6 is x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay, next. The last one. X squared minus 3x minus 28. Okay, so this is negative 28. So put it at the top. And then at the bottom is negative 3. Okay. So, if we are going to list the numbers or the factors of 28, so 28 it could be 1 times 28, or we could have 2 times 14, or we could have 4 times 7. Okay? So, look at these numbers. So, which do you think has the difference of 3? So, that is 7 and 4. Okay? That is 7 and 4. But since this is negative, okay? Since this is negative, so the larger number should be uh, neg the negative. Okay, so the negative should be in the 7. Okay, so there, let's check. Negative 7 times 4, that is negative 28, and negative 7 plus 4, that is negative 3. So therefore, the factor of this is x minus 7 times x plus 4. Okay? Okay, so that is how we factor the general quadratic trinomials with a is equal to 1. It's easy, right? So the first term should be the product of the first terms of the binomial, so that is x times x always, right? Since a is just 1. And then the last term should be the product of the uh, second term of the binomials. 5 times 2, that is 10. 10 times 4, that's 40. Negative 4 times negative 2, that is positive 8. Negative 6 times negative 2, that is positive 12. Negative 6 is 3 times negative 2. Negative 28 is negative 7 times 4. And then the middle term should be the sum of this 5 times x plus 2 times x, so that is 7x. 10 times x, that is 10x, plus 4x, that is 14x. Negative 4x minus 2x, that is negative 6x. Negative 6x plus negative 2x is negative 8x. 3x minus 2x, that is x. Negative 7x plus 4x, that is negative 3x. So that is how we factor the uh, general quadratic trinomial with where a is equal to 1. Okay, now, how about if a is greater than 1? So that is 2 or more. Okay, so in these examples, 2, okay, so 2 is greater than 1 and also 3, okay? So in number 1, a is 2, and for number 2, the a is 3, okay? So we can also use the trial and error, okay? So since we have 2x squared here, okay? So this should be the product of two binomials. And we all know that 2x squared is the product of, we could have 2x times x, right? Since 2x times x, that is 2x squared. And also the x times 2x, okay? And the last term should be the product should be 3. So that is 3 times 1, okay? But we do not know where is the 3 and where is the 1. Okay, so this is the trial and error. So the middle term should be 3 times x, that is 3x. 2x times 1, that is 2x. 3x plus 2x is 5x. So therefore, this is not the correct answer. That's why we could interchange 3 and 1. Okay, the trial and error. Try and try. Okay, until you get the correct answer. So what if here is the 1 and here is the 3? Okay, so let's try the FOIL method. 2x times x, that is 2x squared. 2x times 3x, that is 6x. 1 times x, that is x. And 1 times 3, that is 3. Okay, so since 6x plus x, that is 7x. So therefore, this is the correct factor. Okay, the 2x plus 1 times x plus 3. Okay, so therefore, the factor of 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 is 2x plus 1 times x plus 3. So this is the factor. So we could try that at the trial and error, and we can also use the AC method. What is the AC method? So we multiply the A and C. Okay. So in this example, in 3x squared minus 4x minus 7, A is 3. Okay. A is 3 and C is negative 7. So AC means A times C. 3 times negative 7, that is negative 21. Okay. And at the bottom is the middle coefficient, that is negative 4. So you are going to find two numbers whose product is negative 21 and whose sum is negative 4. So for 21, we could have 21 times 1. We could also have 3 times 7. Okay. So we all know that 7 minus 3 is negative 4. And since this is negative 21, so that is the product of a positive and a negative number. So we have 7 and 3. And since this is negative 4, okay, so the larger should be, should have a negative sign. So, okay, so that is negative 7. Since negative 7 times 3 is negative 21, and negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. So, therefore, we could group this. The 3x squared, okay, right, 3x squared, the 3x squared, and then the negative 4x, okay, the negative 4x could be negative 7x plus 3x, okay, or we could have plus 3x minus 7x. Okay? So this is the same. Negative 4x is the 3x minus 7x. So that is still the same, right? And then they put negative 7. Okay. Then, as you can see, 3x squared, okay? 3x squared plus 3x, so they have a common factor. So we could divide this by 3x, right? So that is the greatest common factor. Okay, then 3x squared divided by 3x, that is x. 3x divided by 3x, that is 1. That is x plus 1. How about in this negative 7x minus 7? What is the common factor? The common factor here is the negative 7. Then negative 7x divided by negative 7, that is x. Negative 7 divided by negative 7 is plus 1. And as you can see, this is x plus 1. Okay? And this is also x plus 1. So therefore, we could write x plus 1, okay, times, we could add the 3x and 7. So 3x minus 7. And this is the final answer. X plus 1 times 3x minus 7. And also, check if the product of the factored form is the 3x squared minus 4x minus 7. Okay, let's try. The x plus 1 times 3x minus 7. Okay, so since x times 3x is 3x squared, so that is correct. The last term, 1 times negative 7, that is negative 7, so that is correct. So the middle term should be the sum of the product of 1 and 3x, that is 3x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. The sum of that is negative 4x. So therefore, this is the correct answer. Or we could also write 3x minus 7 times x plus 1. Okay. So, that is how we factor general quadratic trinomials. Okay? So, we could use the trial and error method or we could use the AC method. Okay? So, I hope may natutunan ang bawat isa. Okay? So, see you sa ating susunod na math video tutorials.